Hello and welcome to the No One Asked You podcast. This series, I am once again joined by my wonderful co-host, Matt Darn Kitty.
Dorkus and I are sharing our experience reading Words of Radiance for the first time. Each episode, we will discuss the chapter and share our experience along the way.
This is Storming the Archives, Words of Radiance, and today we discuss Chapter 13.
Chapter 13!
What a sweet chapter at the end there, right? Yeah, I liked it. Let's get straight into it then, shall we?
Yeah.
Part 2, Wind's Approach. We get a new kind of epigraph.
Yes, new part, new epigraph.
Yeah.
Type.
It seems fortunate that I just read the Poetry Handbook by Mary Oliver,
Yeah.
considering this new epigraph form. Let's go through it. Warform is worn for battle and rain, claimed by the gods, given to kill. Unknown, unseen, but vital to gain, it comes to those with the will. From the Listener Song of Listing, 15th stanza. Neat.
The Song of Listing, the way I heard that is like, okay, so they list all the forms, or some forms in that list.
Yeah.
So, 15th stanza, so it's like if each form gets a stanza, that's pretty crazy. There's lots of forms. Claimed by the gods. What could that mean? Given to kill. So it's like, so it was discovered by whoever the gods are in their culture. Given to kill. So it's like, it's given to them from what I'm expecting to be like the Radiance, who are their gods. It comes to those with the will. That's just giving us the idea of that's actually how you go and transform. You use the will. You have to be in the right mindset. It repeats some of the stuff we learned in the interludes.
Right. The interesting thing to me here is battle and reign. So there may not be king form or ruler form or diplomat form, maybe diplomat form, but specifically for ruling, you need to be in war form. Or at least that's what is most suited to ruling, which makes me think of what you were saying, Kitty, in the last episode about how full of bloodlust one of the characters was, and you had said, well, he's in war form, so it's natural that he would feel that way, which suggests something about perhaps what rulers in Parshendi society might be. It's for battle, so it's for fighting. That is self-evident in the name, I think.
Yeah.
So the given to kill part of the second line suggests to me it's given to the Parshendi for the purpose of killing.
Yeah.
Claimed by the gods. It's the claimed by the gods thing that gives me pause. Like, I'm not entirely certain what that means. It suggests that the gods have ownership over the form, which could feed into their idea that the gods give them the forms. But it could also mean that if they take war form, then they themselves will be claimed by the gods, meaning under their gods' control. But it seems as if the Parshendi in the last 2 interlude chapters with them weren't knowingly being controlled by the gods in the way that they seem to fear they could be. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I understand what you mean by claimed by the gods. Like, okay, they are controlled, but clearly we're not. They are very self-aware in doing what they want in war form in the interlude. So maybe storm form is something that they don't have control over. But that's the fun thing about poetry. We don't know exactly what is being said here. Yeah.
Sure. Unknown, unseen, but vital to gain. I don't quite know what to do with that other than war form is an important form. I don't know what the unknown, unseen of it could suggest.
Maybe they hadn't found it yet, but they need to get it.
Right. Yeah. Possibly.
Unknown, unseen. Yeah. Vital to gain. Because you need to take on that form to survive conflicts.
Right. And then it comes to those with the will is more or less what we have already learned, which is you go into the storm with the intention of becoming a specific form with the right mindset, and sometimes it can fail, presumably if you have a failure of mentality. or will.
Mm.
And if you do it successfully, then you had the will.
Yeah.
Good epigraph.
Mm-hmm. Good start to the new types.
Yeah. We get into the chapter. Shallan is making her way, presumably to the Shattered Plains. I'm so aggravated this isn't a Kaladin chapter.
We knew that was a possibility. We were worried about it, but here it is.
Yeah, I think we knew it, though. I think we saw it coming. It would have been too convenient.
Yeah.
Shallan is riding along with someone named Bluth. She's appreciating the environment around them. It's cold, but not like Antarctic cold. It's more like Norway cold, maybe.
Mm-hmm. It's a little damn cold.
Yeah. And she's doing her usual scientific inquisitiveness as she takes a stick from one of the plants and wonders how it survives the high storms.
Yeah, because they seem a bit too dainty to survive high storms.
Right. The plants are lazy and slow, as if numbed by the cold. But there are a lot of plants. The shrubs grew prolifically, spreading wherever they could find purchase. And she even talks to Bluth, asking how they survive. He doesn't respond. I don't think he likes her.
No.
It's hard for me to tell if this is how Shallan honestly speaks, or if it's her trying to put on the Yasna affectation, which could be a carryover from the last chapter. I don't think it is.
Yeah, this sounds Shallan. It sounds like her.
Yeah, I that's where I lean. Please read the line, Kitty.
It is common, Bluth, to engage one's travelling companion in mutually diverting dialogue.
And Bluth doesn't take too kindly to them big fancy words. He almost seems to take offense at it. And he says he doesn't know what half those words mean.
Mm-hmm.
And Shallan kind of feels bad, I think. She didn't expect a response, so she was kind of, I guess, really just poking fun at him. But
yeah, she didn't think he was properly listening even.
Yeah. And she makes, again, an overly smart comment. Please read it, Kitty.
Then we are even. As you use plenty of words I don't know. Admittedly, I think most of them are curses.
It's funny. And Bluth takes it the wrong way. He says, "You think I'm as dumb as a stick." And it's funny to see her try to engage and just fail at it. I'm concerned for her because I don't want her to piss these people off. She has a very fine line to walk, but the humorous beats are there and I appreciate them.
Yeah. She's also not too overbearing. It's not too much. It's not, okay. It's not tiring at this point. It's good.
Yeah. And such character growth, she stops herself from making a cutting remark in response to Bluth saying, "You think I'm as dumb as that stick."
Stop insulting my stick. Yeah, she thinks that.
Yeah. And I'm so proud of her because we saw this growth in the last book.
Mm-hmm. It's held.
Yeah. So very proud of her. And she offers a metaphorical olive branch. Ironic because she's holding the stick. And she basically says, look, there are lots of things that I don't know that you know. Like, I didn't know how to start a fire. So I'm stupid in some ways too. And it's really, really nice to see it because I think it's communicated fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's honest. I think it's insightful. So Shallan's likability points have gone up.
Yeah.
It doesn't outright state in the prose that she felt bad that she inadvertently insulted him. If you can even say that she did that, because I think it's more that he seems to be of an adversarial mindset all on his own.
Yeah.
But she tries to then smooth it over. And I think she makes about the best possible attempt that she could have. She even makes a good joke when Bluth says, "I don't see why we need people to use fancy words."
Don't say that so loudly. If the Light Eyes hear, they might stop wasting their time making up new words and instead start interfering with the business of honest men.
There's no humor in his eyes. whatsoever, which is a bummer. I was really, really rooting for Shalon. I was hoping it would work. I was hoping he would at least crack a smile, because surely he can understand sarcasm.
But yeah, he's so defensive in that he's like, no, she thinks I'm stupid. She's light eyes. She thinks less of me. So anything she says to me is insulting me. So I'm not going to laugh, because if I laugh, then I've let her win. So I hope at some point in this journey we do get a little bit of a glimmer of trust from Bluth. But who knows? Maybe we're setting him up to be the guy that tries to, I don't know, hurt her or something. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, as you so expertly bring up, there is that class distinction here, and I get the sense that Bluth is probably on the much lower end of it, and she is skating by on the idea that she's extremely important amongst the Light Eyes, which, considering her motivation currently, what she's attempting to do, yeah, she is, and even in the way they might expect, because she's going to the king about this. So yeah, if he says the wrong thing, she could probably have him executed or enslaved. So I get him not responding.
Yeah, rather not laugh, because if I laugh at the wrong thing and upset her, that's not going to be a good thing.
I also want to talk about how the self-deprecating nature of all of that is what I find to be so endearing. But there is a line between self-deprecating and what's the word? Pessimistic?
Negative self value belief, negative self.
Yeah, low self-worth.
Yeah.
That's it. And low self-worth. Obviously, it's not low self-worth here, but just as a general topic. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, yes, there is. The more you think a certain way, the more it becomes true to you. So it might become your default. So just keep an eye out.
Sure. Eventually, they stop the carts for a while. The Parshmen are tasked with making straw hats, presumably to sell later, really trying to penny pinch as much value out of the Parshmen as possible. What?
Before we get to that, Shalon carries on thinking about the plants, and then she thinks about taking out her sketch pad.
Oh, yeah.
But then she stops herself because it's just a difficult thought. She blanks her mind and lets it go.
Yeah.
Something we come back to later on.
You're right. That does come back later. And does she even have a sketch pad?
No.
Yeah,
no,
none
nothing.
whatsoever.
So that's why she blanks her mind, because it's just and yeah, just she doesn't get to do it. So it's you can already see the pattern again of her running away from bad feelings.
Yeah. Her feet still hurt tremendously. There are still pain spren that show up when she uses them. Tvlakov approaches. They don't have excellent food for her, but she's okay with that and understanding. She has her trunk taken down, and she's still perceiving Bluth and Tvlakov as adversarial. Not adversarial, but dangerous, predatory. And Bluth is watching hungrily as the thing is taken down off the wagon. And Shalon comes up with the idea, hey, one of these cages is not being used. One is used by the slaves, one is by the Parshmen. Let's repurpose this cage and turn it into a carriage for me. Tvlakov is confused, but she does the yasna of it to make it happen. But when she asks for the key, he hesitates to give it to her, which she thinks he takes too long in doing, such that he has to prod him to give it. So there's still, throughout the rest of this chapter, that sense of predatory danger going on. She's on dangerous footing.
Yeah, she's definitely not safe. It's better than being stranded and alone, but she's got to be very careful here.
Yeah. They bring her some water, which she uses to wash off her feet. Fortunately, there's no rot spren yet, but something will have to be done. She doesn't have antiseptic as far as she's aware.
Would be handy if she could heal herself like the guy in the interludes.
Yes, though I don't think that's her ability if we only get 2. But yes, that would be very useful there.
Mhm.
She sets up the cage in such a way that she can not be seen by the slavers.
Yeah, because it's the flaps and things that they use during a high storm. So it does close off. It does stink and stuff. This is not an appetizing place to be, but it's better than being seen. So
Yeah. Although there is a danger, like who's to say that they couldn't just turn around and go to a different city while she's not looking, if she's in there the whole time, which it sounds like she might be.
Yeah, no, she's definitely going to have to come out of there and look around.
Yeah, I think so. It wouldn't surprise me if Tavlakov were to betray her in some way, considering the key thing. If it's possible to swap locks, it wouldn't surprise me if they do that. But again, the Tavlakov I know from the first book seemed to have his own sense of honor about him. But then again, this is a strange situation with a not entirely trustworthy Light Eyes, so hard to say what he might end up doing.
Mm-hmm.
She had instructed Pattern not to be seen, which I think is a wise decision.
Yeah.
She opens the trunk and there are a bunch of books in it and some spheres. So books are fairly valuable, and I think it's even made a specific point that there are some original editions or something like that in the books. I don't know how valuable the slavers would consider the books to be. Therefore, I don't necessarily know how dangerous it would be. It might be to her benefit to show them, hey, look, it's just books. And I doubt any of you can read. So, see, just books.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but they might still think that there is a false bottom and spheres in there. They'll still want to have a look themselves, because she does have spheres in there.
Fair. You know what she could maybe do is use her light bending power to make the trunk appear, if not empty, just full of mundane things, and then open it and show them and be like, hey, look, I have cast minor illusion, and now all you see is mundane things. Can you stop staring hungrily at it, please?
Mm-hmm. But that still remains the idea of false bottom.
True.
They want to get their hands on it themselves, because she's definitely treating it like it's very valuable. And if anything is valuable and you've got these adversarial people, they want to use it against you.
Yeah.
Maybe it could change some of their minds, yeah.
It would depend. It would probably be a tough DC to make. And considering she doesn't have too much experience with that particular power, maybe it's best not to try.
Yeah. And if she's going to be trying to charge these spheres as they diffuse as well, she might end up showing them. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's going to have to leave that.
Yeah. So as she's looking at Yasna's books, she affirms her intention to get these to the shattered planes. It is of enormous necessity to do so.
Yeah.
She explains to Pattern that seeing Yasna that night with her guard down really cemented in her what she must do. Pattern's a bit confused by this. She calls it a human thing and that it's hard to explain. And Pattern finds this excellent and he's eager. So I think that line about Pattern being eager over this exchange could go down two avenues. One being Pattern clearly knows throughout this chapter the looming danger.
Mm-hmm.
And so he is glad to see her determined to save the world.
Yeah.
Or it could be specifically on the it's a human thing, in the sense that I feel like these Spren, we know that they tried to imitate human society. I think that was said in a previous chapter somewhere, that they were fascinated by humans in a way. And I kind of get those vibes from Syl as well. So I think this idea of it's hard to explain, it's a human thing, Pattern is, as a Spren, uniquely interested in what a human thing is and understanding it.
Yeah, those two make sense. It could be either or both, really.
Mm-hmm.
Because we do have confirmation later on that the reason Pattern came is because of this.
Yes. Shalon goes on to explain that before she saw Yasna in that state, she had been approaching this issue more as a scholar, the trap of a scholar, She was looking at it as some sort of intellectual puzzle to unravel. And I don't deny that she was doing that, but it doesn't help us with the fact that it seems to be a hallmark of Sanderson's writing with all of the mystery. Like, he has set these things up for them to be approaching this as a mystery and looking for new lore and information.
Yeah.
It's been set up.
Yeah, it's been set up that way, but there needs to be a reminder of the stakes, the reason that we're trying to. So for the reader, for us, a lot of the time is, I want to know because, mystery. But for the characters, it's, you got to know because you got to survive. It's a big thing. It's not just about knowing
Right.
the answer. Yeah.
Exactly. She comments that the danger is real and terrible, which Pattern agrees it is. She realizes Pattern knows something, and he says he came back because of it. It's hard to speak, it's hard to think, but it's getting better. So hopefully, as time goes by, as with Syl, he'll be able to communicate the danger more effectively.
Yeah.
We get the mysterious line, Patterns, we, us, worry, one was sent, me.
Why to me?
Because of lies. She shook her head.
Yeah, I don't understand either. She says she doesn't understand, and I don't either. Yeah, it's we've got a lot of mysteries.
Yeah, but the one was sent. So we did get the sense that Syl ran away, so to speak. She went when she wasn't supposed to. She was forbidden to do so by the Stormfather, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Whereas Pattern, who is not an honor spren, was specifically sent. So that distinction leaves a lot to contemplate. It could be that he was sent specifically by the Lie spren or the Cryptics and still have been forbidden by the Stormfather as well.
Yeah.
Although the spoiler I have not revealed could affect that in some way. Uncertain. But that's all I'll say on that note. We also get the repetition of one was sent. So we know that there was only one honor spren, I think. And now we know there's only one cryptic sent. So is it a one and one and one and one type situation across the sprenktrum? Stupid.
Yeah, and we don't know what Yasna's spren was, so...
Correct. Pattern tries to prompt Shallan to remember what happened with her family, but she refuses. Pattern says, I know little of humans. They break, their minds break, you did not break, only cracked. It's the lies that save you, the lies that drew me. First off, it feels like it's building on this idea I had, I think, in the last episode about damaged people being able to bond with spren.
Yeah.
Specifically damaged people.
This here says that she's damaged, but not completely. So she's just cracked. She's not destroyed. So it's like there's a limit to how damaged a person can be. This in contrast to Ruin taking advantage of insane people in Mistborn.
Sure. But is this advocating for running away and ignoring your problems? Because it feels like it's a bad thing. Then again, if you're facing such immense trauma, what else can you do? Yeah.
It literally is what your brain does.
Yeah.
But then again, this is given as the reason that Pattern was drawn to her, the fact that she is lying to herself. So it seems like the outcome is to make her face the lies that she tells herself. So I don't think it advocates for running away from your problems.
Right. I hope so, because I don't think that's a great thing to do. I mean, I'm guilty of doing it all the time, but at least I know my problems are never going to catch me.
Lucky.
Shallan asks if Pattern has a name. We learn that it's numbers, which is neat. Not the word numbers, but presumably a series of numbers, which is kind of cool. And Shallan makes a joke. He says Pattern is fine. She says,
as long as you don't start calling me erratic as a contrast.
And Pattern has to take a moment and consider what he calls the lie, which is funny.
Yeah.
Though Shalon says it wasn't a good joke, which I don't think it was the funniest of jokes, so fair. It's not
it's
completely
still a joke. It's nice. It's a nice joke. It gives him something to think about and teaches him. It's a simple joke, Well, not really that simple, but he notices. Yeah, he's learning.
Right. She finishes washing her feet. She's sorting through the trunk. It's the one that the perpetrators of that night wanted, which says a lot about what they know, don't know, or want to manipulate, I think.
Yeah, they know enough to know that they need to take her knowledge, that she is doing something that they need to take advantage of or take away from her. So, yeah, not something you can easily dismiss.
Correct. If it's true, because I think if they were the Ghost Bloods, it's possible they were after the Broken Soulcaster, which we later learn in this chapter was in Shalon's stuff. So I do think it's all of the above rather than one or the other, but that is something to think about. She's looking through the trunk some more, and she comes across the very first picture that Shalon drew of Yasna. And this really is the sweetest, I think it's really well written, quiet moment where it all hits Shalon and she feels the grief and the sorrow that Yasna wasn't a person who appreciated art, but she kept this with her most personal belongings.
She kept it safe, and it's the only surviving sketch that Shalon has. We'll learn later,
Yeah, it goes on to say that the Shalon lost everything that she drew. I had a slight issue with this in the sense that you're telling me Shalon didn't leave any of her work behind at home. She brought it all with her when she went to find Yasna.
Maybe. Well, that's what it's telling us.
I suppose.
It's a whole portfolio.
I guess. But even Pattern is sorrowful.
Yeah.
She has the line,
"Every drawing I've ever kept. My brothers, my father, mother."
All sunk into the depths along with her sketches of creatures and her musings on their connections, biology, and nature. Gone, every bit of it gone.
The sand lid, everything. But she has that memory, so she can redraw them.
I hope so. Pattern encourages her. I think, again, it's just so sweet. You will draw more.
That I loved that moment. That was my the sweetest thing for me. Yes, the Yasna thing really hit home, but him saying you will draw more is like he's supporting her, like this relationship's deepening.
Yeah. Shalon doesn't want to. She's blinking back tears. He says, I will not stop vibrating. The wind will not stop blowing. You will not stop drawing. So sad. And then this is where we learn that the Soulcaster is gone as well with the ship. They wonder who was responsible, why. Pattern says, I do not know. Shalon double checks with him to ensure the validity that the Voidbringers are going to return. And we get the line, yes, Spren of him, they come.
Spren of who?
I think I know, but I won't say.
Spren of the Stormfather? Because we're thinking they have to connect with the. I'm thinking of the Parshmen, the Parshendi. They have to connect with the Spren. They have to attract a Spren. So yeah, I know you know, but this is me musing about it.
Sure, yes,
so
thank you.
whatever Spren they connect with would be that Spren of him. That's what happens. Voidbringers are a Spren. Yeah, we've got enough information for that, but just not confirmation.
Yeah. As they are wondering why these people would want this information, Shalon gives the line,
I already know the answer, and it is a very human one. These people seek to control the knowledge so that they can profit from it. Profit from the apocalypse itself. We're going to see that doesn't happen.
Great way to end the chapter.
Yeah, she's so determined, and what I love about her growth and all of this, it's not her going, oh, how am I gonna save my marriage? Am I gonna get married to Adolin and all of it. It's not selfish. She is focused on this mission. She really, really took everything to heart from Yasna.
I agree.
Love the chapter and really loving Patton.
Me too. He's great.
Yeah. Mm.
I am so looking forward to Shallan building this up in her mind. They're never going to believe me. I sound like a crazy conspiracy theorist, but I must convince them. She gets there and she's like, the end is coming. And they're like, yeah, we know. We've got like 13 days left. Get caught up already.
Yeah, but no, I think she'll give answers. She'll have some concrete answers.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, there's so much. I love the dramatic irony of knowing about what the Parshendi are doing and what it's going to mean. It's awesome.
So good. And mechanically, with the pacing of the book, this was a necessary, slow, quiet period after so much excitement. I love these quiet moments, these self-reflective moments.
Yeah, even though we were like, oh, we want a Kaladin chapter, it's just, this does make way more sense. And it's not a nothing chapter. There's things revealed here and character moments. It's not filler. It's good.
Yeah, and it's not navel-gazy, which I think a lot of people can fall into, where it's like not a lot is happening and they're just thinking on things. This felt a lot more necessary and weighty.
Yeah.
Anything else to say, Kitty?
Like the video!
If you like, Shallan has determined that she must make it to the Shattered Plains to save the world. You should determine to hit the like button to save the YouTube channel.
Do it.
Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great rest of your week. Subscribe to that darn Kitty if you get a chance, because she's got a great channel.
Subscribe to this channel because you know it's great.
It would be greatly appreciated. And we'll see you next time. Okay, thanks, bye.
Okay, thanks, bye.